Well, I know it's towards the end of February, and I'll date it. Anyway, um, I like starting it with that actually. Davis Liu was on the wall, and I know he's from the Far East. He's definitely Oriental. It's not a bad thing. It's just the name that I got when I was growing up. That's what we called the Far Easterners, Orientals. No, but he lives in Taiwan. Taiwan is a very tiny country. To be successful, they really do have to care about everybody. You can't toss nobody, unless they really need to be. Anyway, so it occurred to me that that putting solar panels on roofs and any place that you possibly can, if they're cost effective, and they are now. But you got to do it as a group. I mean, an individual trying to do it they'd get killed in pricing. And Taiwan is really a really good place to try it. I'm not saying it will happen. I do know Davis Liu has a large following. He's packed. Facebook only allows you 5,000 friends. I'm one of his 5,000 friends. It's a good thing. You're not allowed to have more than 5,000 friends on Facebook. I think you become a public figure or something after that. But I'm hoping, of course, that he might actually be able to have the right places to talk to. I don't know. Like, I haven't even promoted it in America, the United States. If I did, I'd want something. But you see, actually, I'm a nobody, and it would go nowhere. Maybe in Taiwan it might get done, and then, see, I told you it could be done. I still want something out of it before I die. I got a lot of stuff to do. I'll hopefully fix his body. I got the dinosaur egg out of my bladder, urinary bladder. Who gets those? This mouth is that I could fix bad. I think that's right about now the only thing that really worries me is my mouth. I still bleed when I'm not getting into that, but I still bleed sometimes. I'm sure that should be looked into. But that wasn't possible before, so I'm kind of living like Stone Age, sort of. Of course I am. Oh, come on now. Tell me she's dead. Says it's got fluid. It's just cold. Yeah, it is. It's the middle of winter here. February is the middle of winter. Northern latitudes. Different subject. One of the guys at work, he's about 20 years old. He hasn't seen out of his left eye all his life. I didn't know that till a couple of days ago. And considering Diane's been to Dr. Lin and Solomon Lew, I think his main place is in Pottsville, but they're partners and they're both Oriental. But they both do miracles with eyes. You shake the hand, they don't have a firm handshake. But when you want somebody to fix your eye, those tender hands do things and those eyes and that brain, those guys do things that fucking couldn't be done before. He fixed Diane's eyes twice. It's perpetual because she's got aging problems, but I'm thinking, man, unless he's got a detached retina, this guy can probably give him sight for the first time in his life out of that eye. And one of those, I think it was Solomon Lew, had an article where he helped somebody see that hadn't seen their whole life because he knew how to go in there and do that stuff. Wow, man. They're very expensive, but you know, as long as it can be paid for, they do amazing things. He said his dad still got insurance on, so his girlfriend was like, "Well, there's going to be a copay." And I'm like, "Well, don't worry about the copay right now. As long as he's got insurance, he'll get looked at." And his first name is Brian, last name's Hardy. Everybody calls him Hardy. But he's 20 years old. He's like, "I just want to know what is. Nobody's ever really told me. This I can tell you. They can tell you that." 20 years ago, they couldn't. Actually, Dr. Lynn says, "I've been doing this for 20 years, but I'm sure it's gotten better in 20 years." Yeah. This actually might be surprising, but it does seem to be truthful. Not burping either. Whatever you do that is a consuming passion, you just really enjoy it, you get better at it over time until your body starts to fade. In 20 years, I know that those who seek knowledge have gotten smarter and built their knowledge. At the same time, and economically, my own life, watching my life and others, I can see that those who charge more and pay less have been getting very good at it. It is very dangerous. And they would say, you got illegal immigration, you could do something about that. Yeah, well, that's probably part of it, because it sucks where they're at, because it does. And you had something good, and, well, they're going to come. You can't blame them. Somehow, you gotta try not to have hell somewhere on earth, and then you want to attract those who are living there. It doesn't mean they're all demons. Some of them are, but most of them probably aren't. I don't know that. Daddy actually said that not many are going to make it to heaven. I don't know if that's whether or not because you got to earn your way in or because you're totally evil. Personally, I like to think you got to earn your way in. It takes a while. Again, another subject. They're switching Social Security to direct deposit. It just figures that first time in years she hasn't got her check and it's 10 days late. Man, I'm glad this is an entitlement because, you know, if they don't get her paid, there's going to be some big problems. Man, we're scratching dirt. It's been worse, but I mean, you know, I gotta, whatever. I gotta put $20 in the bank tomorrow just because I have a $25 and some cent bill that's going to hit. I only have $22 and some cents in the bank. And you know what happens? If even a penny off, you get charged $20 by both. First you send a check to in the bank for not having enough money. They want more then. Oh, and a lot of things have picked up on that. And look, everybody does that now. Must have been a good idea, or felt like it. I can't wait. Well, I have to wait, really, you know, to get the Insight back on the road. I spend $20 a day in gas to get to work, deliver pizza, and come home. I only make like $45 plus $6.15 hourly. Yeah. Well, the Insight I can do it on 10, which is only $10 more a day, but that's $10 more a day. And I didn't take it from nobody. They say that the computer is not covered, so they got to replace the computer because they replaced all the hardware, which was covered. That wasn't the problem. The car is now 10 years old. Still looks like new if I shined it up, cleaned it up. I need to replace the rims because in the process of making the car as light as possible, they also made the tires bald when you bought them. And that's the only rim that those tires go to. You can't put any other tire on. These things come bald. It's light, so it takes a long time to wear them out, but still, that bothers me. So I'm going to try and get rims that fit. Hopefully they didn't make even the hubs and the rims with different 4-prong holes. I know they did a lot of things special for that car, but I'm hoping that the hubs are not. It's supposed to be a car that saves you money. Yeah, well, if I put tires on that actually got tread, that'll help. Long term, if the car lasts and nobody hits it or I lose it or have an accident or whatever, I'd love to get a blower on the thing. Maximum potential out of that engine. I thought about turbo, but there's just no room in the engine compartment for that. Blower I probably could do, but there's so many things that I need to do just to make coming home really feel like, but it does, but I always like to, if I can, if there's any money left, keep on improving things. If there ain't no money left, nothing happens. The others eat it. Oh man. Yeah, on that subject, not put anything down in government that gets paid for not working but thinking or doing things that isn't producing anything. Government doesn't produce things. Government is supervisory. I think, yeah, I know this. I heard a redneck joke. How many supervisors does it take to get the job done? As many as you want, because they ain't doing the job. So, you got the automatic sequestration, and all these people are not going to have as many hours or as much money as they were getting. And our deficit is, ever since Ronald Reagan, like I said, did this to win the Cold War, but then it got out of control, man. We just got shot up, man. That felt good. We ain't going to stop. You will. Just because I don't know how long I've been talking. You know, this is, when I walk out the door, this is what I see. Looks a bit bigger to me, but it's on a tiny camera screen actually. I'm definitely not done. These lights there all were $1. Once the money starts coming back in a little bit, I can't wait for spring either. This is winter. The longest 3 months of the year.